Mr. Prout?
Chairman Sullivan, Ranking Member Blunt-Rochester, and distinguished members of the subcommittee, thank you for the opportunity to appear today to discuss the devastating impact of IUU, illegal, unreported, and unregulated crab fishing, and unfair Russian and Chinese trade practices on American crab fishermen and coastal communities. I'd like to first start by acknowledging and thanking Senator Sullivan as well as Senator Cantwell for their longstanding support of independent crab harvesters like myself. Thank you. My name is Gabriel Prout, and I am the president of Alaska Bering Sea Crabbers. I represent the majority of quota and vessel owners harvesting king, snow, and barrett-eye crab in the Bering Sea. I'm also a third-generation commercial fisherman and a vessel owner from Kodiak, Alaska, a seafood powerhouse where hundreds of millions of pounds of product cross the docks each year. For nearly 20 years, I've worked in the Bering Sea and Gulf of Alaska with two of my brothers, continuing a livelihood passed down from our father and grandfather. In recent years, the collapse of the snow crab and red king crab stocks hit us hard. Boats sat tied up, crews were out of work, and families like mine faced deep uncertainty. This fishery isn't just our livelihood, it is our identity. Crab stocks now appear to be rebounding, but we still need action to protect small fishing families like mine, especially from the harms of IUU fishing. For over 20 years, Russian IUU crab has undercut the economic foundation of our industry. A 2021 U.S. International Trade Commission report found that in 2019, over 20% of U.S. imports of snow and king crab from the Russian Far East came from IUU sources. Fortunately, U.S. imports of Russian crab have largely ceased, thanks to the embargo that began under President Biden, continued under President Trump, and was strengthened by Senator Sullivan's work to close the China transshipment loophole. Still, Russia's IUU crab continues entering global markets through other channels, suppressing prices and creating unfair competition for U.S. harvesters who follow the law. Russia's actions extend far beyond IUU. The following are just a few key points. It has heavily subsidized its seafood industry to deliberately undercut U.S. competitors, flooded international markets with underpriced seafood following its 2022 invasion of Ukraine to help fund its war, and contributed to an estimated $1.8 billion in losses for the Alaska seafood industry during 2022 and 2023. There are also national security concerns. Russian crab is being funneled into the global market through North Korean smuggling networks where it's reprocessed and relabeled in China. This collaboration between two sanctioned regimes undermines trade restrictions and raises serious concerns about enforcement and the global seafood supply chain integrity. Based on years of experience witnessing the impact of Russian IUU on Alaskan crabbers, I respectfully urge the following actions. 1, expand the seafood import monitoring program and ensure it focuses on species at highest risk for IUU fishing. Mandate country of origin labeling, also known as cool labeling, that also applies to cooked crab products. 2, expand economic sanctions and trade restrictions, which would extend and strengthen sanctions on Russian origin seafood and ensure enforcement on the ban of Russian seafood entering through third countries, especially China. Expand intelligence sharing agreements with allies. This is under point 3, increase international cooperation and enforcement. Increase support for international bodies working to combat IUU fishing, and push for stronger enforcement of port state measure agreements, especially with countries still importing Russian crab around the world. 4, provide economic relief to affected communities. Establish emergency relief similar to the Seafood Trade Relief Program, and create low-interest loans to help crabbers and fishing fleets modernize gear and remain competitive throughout the world. Prioritize support for small, independent, family-owned fishing operations like those that I represent. And 5, strengthen U.S. enforcement against IUU fishing. Congress should pass Senate Bill 688, the Fish Act, and provide full funding and direction for the U.S. Coast Guard and NOAA to expand patrols, inspections, and enforcements targeting IUU threats. For over 2 decades, Russian IUU crab has undermined American fishermen who follow the rules, invest in sustainability, and support our coastal communities. This isn't just about statistics, it's about lost livelihoods, struggling towns, and an industry fighting for survival. Congress has the opportunity to protect American harvesters and ensure global seafood is harvested legally and sustainably. Thank you for your attention to this critical issue affecting thousands of American fishing families, and I look forward to your questions and working with the committee on effective solutions. Thank you.